Shalom, Brother Willie. Uh, just another message for you, bro. So, I wanted to let you know that, I don't follow the Jewish tradition of starting the day in the evening. I follow the light. I don't follow the sun. Some people can't seem to separate the two for whatever reason. I've never understood it. They want to equate the light to the sun, even though the sun is only the object commissioned to give the light. And it's irrelevant anyways. It's not the sunlight that I follow. It's not a flashlight. It's not any kind of physical light. It's a spiritual light that we're told to follow. And so I follow dawn to dawn, day start, every day. A lot of people like to say, oh, but Jesse, in Leviticus 23, it says you're to keep the Sabbath from evening to evening. Well, the Sabbath that it's referring to is the Day of Atonement, and yes, it is described as being kept evening to evening. But if they would look at the beginning of Leviticus 23, when it's talking about the seventh day Sabbath, it does not say evening to evening. And they say Genesis 1. Oh, well, in Genesis 1 it says, and the evening and the morning were a day. See, so the evening came first. Well, if you look at it that way, yeah, you'd be right. But you would be negating the entire day's worth of work that happened prior to that evening being mentioned. So that one doesn't really follow out either, in my understanding. But I tell you what, if someone could show me an example in the scriptures where the Father called a day from evening to morning, or evening to evening, I guess would be, evening to evening, that would be very interesting to see because I've never seen it. Nehemiah's gates. That was an interesting story. He closed the gates just as the day was starting to close. I wonder why he would do that. He said before the Sabbath. Before the Sabbath. So he shut them before the Sabbath. There's a whole lot going on in that story. I could break down, but I ain't got time right now. But it was commonplace for walled cities to shut their gates in the evening, every evening, to prevent raiders and wild animals and stuff from coming in. Just a security thing. It's no sign of the Father saying, the day begins here because he closed the gates at evening. That never says that. Every one of his examples, I've got a bunch of scriptures that give examples of his day being from morning to morning, dawn light to dawn light. There was the covenant made with Abraham, where that was considered a day. Abraham's cutting the animals in half, and driving away the birds of prey, which indicates that the sun was up. And then the Father that night, which means that night was attached to the previous day. The Father that night passed between those halves. And then there's the Red Sea, where he made a promise of deliverance today. And then all that night, a strong east wind blew, separating the waters for the Israelites to pass on dry ground. And then just before the dawn of the next day, the deliverance was complete. So there's another example of the night following the day instead of the day following the night. It just seems so confusing to me. I've never understood that, but if you have any information that you would like to share with me on this subject, I would greatly appreciate it in the comments, or you can give me a call. But I really want to know, does anyone have any scriptural evidence, only using the Bible? I don't care what men say. Only using His Word. Can you show me in the Old Testament where they started their day at evening? By the mouth of 2 or more witnesses may a matter be established. So let's see it. I want to see the evidence. I gotta go though. Love you, brother. Yahweh bless you and keep you. Hallelujah.